Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Niondil, and today I have a farm that takes place down here in the Nether, which is a little different from our normal setting. You know, the iron blocks are still here, but a little more dark and drab. However, it's suiting for the farm that we have today. As requested, I am doing a Zombie Pigman farm, and I know there's 1,000 other designs out there that are way more complex than the one I'm about to show you, but that's kind of the point. This one's supposed to be simple for someone who just wants a steady supply of gold to do some powered rails or golden apples or something that's not gonna spend an hour or two working on a massive above bedrock Nether Zombie Pigman farm. So while this one's not going to be near as efficient, it is quite tiny and quite simple. This is all we have above ground, and this is all we got below ground. A little chamber, tiny bit of redstone, and then our storage. So it is super simple to make, and I do have another design for it that actually makes use of nether portals, which is what I was originally kind of thinking about trying to make this with, but it turned out to be a little less productive unless you are on a multiplayer server. So if you are on a multiplayer server and you don't want to risk building a chamber down potentially under lava in the nether, the Overworld one is a little bit safer, but this one is easier and is going to work more reliably. But anyway, let's get into the meat of it. Hey look, already working, already starting to form a conga line. These guys all spawn together. That's cute. So as you can see, what happens is they all come here because they are drawn to the turtle eggs. Turtle eggs draw in a lot of mobs, such as zombie pigmen, and as long as there is a path to a spot where they can actually jump up and down on them and destroy them, then they will seek that down within 23 blocks. The reason we have it out on the lava is because of the way mob spawning works. So if we have it on the normal mainland, which my first design, the Overworld one, I actually do have on the mainland, I'll get to that in a minute, then the zombie pigmen are going to spawn on it, but they can spawn outside of the area that is within range of the eggs. With this design, where I have the platform built out, it is essentially 23 blocks out in a square from the turtle eggs. This is going to limit the spawning surface, as you can see right there, to this area that is just within range of the turtle eggs, so you're going to get a higher frequency of zombie pigman spawns going in this area. The last bit of technological mumbo jumbo that I'm going to have to go over with you guys is just the trapdoors. If you haven't used trapdoors in a mob farm before, really simple the way they work. To mobs, they register as a full block as if they're out like that and they can stand on it. So to a zombie pigman, this looks like a open path over here to where they can get to the eggs and start destroying them. But as soon as we have them down like that, they still think it's open, but they just walk on down. All right, so to start this farm out, you're going to want to go out and build a 46 by 46 square in the middle of preferably a lava lake. You can do it on the mainland of the Nether if you would like, but again, like I said, it just helps with the spawning rates. And then you ideally are going to want to have a chamber of solid blocks that goes down, hence why it'll be easier to build on the mainland or in the Overworld. But if you do have a way to do this over the lava lake, it's going to be far more effective. So I would suggest going and maybe doing, you know, a chamber of sand or something to clear out some of the lava. However you get to this point is up to you. As long as you have this platform that has a good bit of distance that goes all the way down for our middle fall chamber, you're good. Then you're going to want to come on over to the center and start mining your pitfall down. To do this, we just want a 2x2 area, and we're going to mine that 22 blocks down to start with. Well, okay, let's slow down for a second. I made a mistake. So when I told you to mine 22 blocks down, that is correct. That's the amount of fall that you want to have so that it takes enough damage to be a one-hit kill for an XP farm. However, when I told you to do that, I was not thinking of the fact that I also had to build one more block up. I was showing you this in reverse of how I built it the first time, so 22 blocks is correct, but not in this situation. Mine 21 blocks, long story short, it'll make sense in the future once you start building the top part of the farm, but for right now, trust me, it's not 22, it's 21. Just mine 21. Alright, now that we are 22 blocks down from the top up here, missed a block, you're going to want to take a block that is preferably different from your main building material. Again, as with all my builds, I am using blocks of iron and gold. Don't do that, it's super expensive, it's just so you can see and it looks pretty. Go ahead and mine this out in one direction. It doesn't necessarily matter which direction you go, just as long as you have this little 2x2 chamber. And I'm going to go 6 back, just so that I have enough room for my ladder and little entrance area, but you don't necessarily have to go 6 back. All right, now come over here to the area that is right in front of your little gold platform and go ahead and mine out these 4 and place slabs down. Now you can build this up one more and then place some slabs on top. This is so that we can toggle our farm into a separate XP farm if we would like. So normally we would have this area open, and that would have the zombie pigmen fall down to their death. But since this is at 22 blocks, they don't fall quite to their death. We can close those up with pistons, and I'll get to how we do that in a second. Stand right here and then just swing with the sword and get their XP as well as the items. Otherwise, you can just flip the lever, have those blocks retract, and they'll fall all the way to their death, and it'll be a completely automated farm. Now go ahead and take this all the way up to the surface. This is going to be how you get in and out of your under chamber thing. You can do this however you like. I'm just going to do trapdoors and ladders. I am going to raise this up one more just because I don't like feeling all claustrophobic and whatnot. You can leave it however you want. But the next thing we're going to want to do is come over here to where we have our gold blocks or whatever they are for you. I'm going to remove them for now, and then we're going to dig down another 3 blocks. And now that we have this chamber extended down, we can make our little mechanism. So to do that, let's go ahead and take out this row of blocks just on this side. You're going to take this in 2 and then place some sticky pistons. Go ahead and place your other little platform block right there, and then come on over here, and we got to grab a lever and some dust. Place your lever on your wall, and then we're going to make a little hallway that goes all the way around to the back of our pistons. Carry this hallway around this corner, and it doesn't have to be perfect as long as you end up reaching the pistons on this side as well. Go ahead and place a couple blocks behind these pistons and then redstone dust on top of them. Follow this around your hall. Do the same thing here, blocks behind the pistons, redstone dust on top. And then you're most likely going to need to place a repeater just because of how long the line is. Dust coming out from this block here, which is where our lever is, and then just run it into the back of the repeater. And then when we flick this lever, it closes that up. And that makes it to where it is now a XP farm, but if we flick the lever again, it opens it, and it's just going to drop everyone all the way down. Now we're going to make the room that has access to the chest and put the chest and hoppers in place. Go ahead and come in 1 back from where your little slab platform is. Mine back 3, this is just at least how I do it, and then down 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we can make this a full chamber out this way. And we are down here right at bedrock level too. If we come on over here, this should be, yeah, this is the bottom of our killing chamber. So you want to make your tunnel down this way and then find this right over here. Go ahead and grab your chest, and then we're just going to over here right on this back end of our little tunnel, place some double chests, stack them as tall as you can depending on how far down you want to build your little access chamber and how close you are to the bedrock. Come in here, and then we're going to start placing our hoppers. All right, now place your hoppers. This is going to be the bottom of your killing platform. Go ahead and do 2 running into the back of those chests, and then down here 2 more running into the back of those hoppers, and then from here we can just do hoppers running into the back of the chests, and that is all that we need to put in place there. All right, now that I've got this room all prettied up except for this area here that we're going to be blocking off anyway, I have the chests and hoppers all in place. The last thing that we need to do is grab some stairs of any kind and then place them upside down on top of these chests. The reason we have to do that is because we don't want any items falling onto the hoppers but then splatting off the edges, which is exactly what will happen with the height of this fall. So that's going to keep everything on the hoppers but still make it to where we can open the chests. And there we go. This is the bottom chamber completely done. Now we just have to do the top part. Oh my goodness. What are you guys doing here? Okay, so I made a mistake in my earlier calculations. All I had to do was shave 1 more layer off the top of this floor, but I'm going to have a little note cropped into there so that you guys know how to build this thing. All right, so to start building the upper part of your farm, what you're going to want to do is go and make a little platform that goes all the way around this outer edge here. Go, get, fall, yeet. So build your little station up like this, and then we're going to go and put some trapdoors right like so. If we do this, you'll notice you're already going to start having some pigmen fall. Well, there you go. Now you know that the farm works. Now let's just get the bait in place. Build this platform up like so, and then we're going to make this little arch across up top. Take some fence posts and just run a line around this outer edge here just to make sure nothing is able to hop up and get to it from that point. And then we are also going to want to put a roof on this thing. However, if we have the roof extend flat all the way over like this, then the pigmen aren't going to want to go to the eggs because it has to be a clear path that they can see where they can actually walk there and start destroying them, which means that if there's only 2 blocks there, they can't actually do that. So we need to mine that out and then put a little 3 block cover here, 3 block gap with the cover there. and then go ahead and cap it on the back again. That's going to make it to where the only way to get to the eggs, as far as the pigmen can see, is to come over here, hop up on this, and then walk across these trapdoors. Next, I personally like to just pretty the place up a little bit with some stairs. Makes it flow a little easier too when you have a lot of pigmen coming in. But there we go. And are you just going to... Alright, now to make this thing start working full auto, just place a couple turtle eggs. The pigmen are going to see the turtle eggs as their bait, and they're just going to start walking straight into the trap, thinking that they can get over to them when they actually cannot. And it is quite entertaining to watch. And then down here is where you're going to want to do your AFKing, because if you are up on the surface, then you are too close. You have to be 20, I think it's 24 blocks away in a sphere for a block to actually be spawnable. So the ideal place you'll go if you're doing long-term AFK is down here in this chamber. Just put your stuff in a chest because flukes tend to happen when you're AFKing. But if you are using it as an XP farm, then all you have to do is come up here, and it is going to very minimally decrease the rates up top because you're only going to be affecting the couple blocks that are directly above you. Flip this lever, and then the pigmen are going to start falling directly onto this platform. Oh, there we go. And as long as you kill them in one hit being the key word there, you need to be using something like a diamond sword to ensure one hit every time just in case there's a fluke of the fall, then they're not going to be actually trying to attack you. But if it does take you more than one hit, then you're going to want to be careful when you go back up to the surface because you'll have a pigmen army waiting for you up top. And then if you have any items here after you're done doing this that you just can't grab yourself, flip the lever and they fall right down onto those hoppers. And here we watch as the pigmen march their way to their death. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to AFK at this thing for about an hour and a half-ish, and see what kind of drops we get coming in. I hear one survivor, but typically those are just the babies on chickens because the chickens will fall down, but they despawn eventually. So in a little over an hour with optimal spawning conditions, because I did a little bit of rigging to make sure that it came through as it should without any delay from the other farms, this is what you're looking at. So it should help you get your gold stocks built up a bit. And now real quick, I'm going to go show you the overworld version. Alright, so this version, ideally you would also want to build on a platform out like this, but I just was testing it out here and it worked well enough, so I'm just leaving it. But essentially it's the same exact thing, but instead of doing the pitfall, you have a nether portal that is right in front, and then the pigmen will go through the nether portal once they target onto these eggs. This little stair thing that I have here is just because every now and then you get one or two pigmen that just the nether portal does not work on. They do not teleport through. So they fall into this little pit trap, but then I have this little stair so they can get out and try again, and eventually they typically will teleport through. But see, this guy's targeted onto them, and he just goes right on in. And if we go in, we see we've got quite the build-up here. This is the problem with this... Oh, nice lag. This is the problem with this farm, though, is that if you are not in a multiplayer world where the overworld is rendered at the same time as the nether, then you're going to have a build-up on one end or the other. Either you're not going to have them coming through as frequently, or it's going to build up on the surface. But if we come over here and I just have myself a little water elevator set up, you can see that I have a very similar setup going here with the XP farm and whatnot, just a little different. But you can build the same exact fall trap that we built on the nether version of it on this one, and then it just comes out the back end of the nether portal, and you can see that this one also has been running and working pretty well. And to do this one, I'm not going to do the full walkthrough, just go ahead and take your screenshots, take a look at it. It's basically a nether portal on the overworld where they come out with one end capped. The same pitfall trap design, just one wide instead of two. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something today about Zombie Pigman spawn mechanics and behaviors and such, because I did. Because I knew pretty much nothing, except for if you hit them, they get angry. But like I said, this video was recommended by one of my subscribers, so I went ahead and did the research, made a little simple farm instead of the crazy ones that people end up building. So yeah, if you like the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you want to see me build. I've got a list of options right now that came directly from my subscribers, so go ahead and let me know if there's anything you want to see. And then also I have a Discord. I have the link to join the Discord in the description. If you want to chat with me or the other viewers, have any redstone questions, talk about the upcoming updates and snapshots like bees, then go ahead and hop into the Discord and give us a shout. We'll give you guys a proper welcome when you come in there, and it's kind of just a nice small community to talk about everything Minecraft. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.